but really, we chillin'. That boy is still hurt like a 30-year-old villain.
How do you guys do that?
I know.
It's like talking on beat.
Yeah, you just pick a rhyming word and
you have
go
to
for
rhyme.
it.
You got to take two.
I took that in live so people would catch the end of that.
Sweet.
That being said,
Did you record any of that?
Damn, we should have had that rolling.
Yeah, that should be rolling.
Next time it's easy, we'll do it again.
Spontaneity.
Are we going live now? Hell yeah.
Damn, I learned something new today. I didn't know Spotty had bars. I didn't know Spotty had bars.
What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's the Talking Normies Podcast. It is us, the Talking Normies. My name is Chris motherfucking Johnson.
I am Pat.
I'm Spidey.
What up? It's your boy Mickey.
AK.
Hey, so how's it going? How's it been? How's everyone doing? How did your weekend go?
What day is it?
Friday, motherfucker. It's always Friday in the podcast. Pretty consistent. I know it's your first podcast that you've been in a minute, but you know it's still Friday still.
Look, guys, we got headphones on. We're legit.
We're legit. Even the modeling works on this side.
Oh,
You can hear me.
Spencer, will you turn my headphones slightly
You're not
down?
supposed to hear yourself.
There's a lot of breathing.
Oh.
Turn my headphones.
Oh, there we go. That's way better.
You don't like the breathing?
Nah, you guys sound like Darth Vader having an asthma attack. Yeah, all right. Mickey, what'd you do last weekend?
As far as I can tell, I think I just had an anxiety attack for 48 hours.
Okay.
I mostly stayed in bed.
I thought you had your parents over the weekend. Did you go see your cousins?
Oh yeah. Okay, never mind. The anxiety attack was the weekend prior. Yeah, no, I had some. We had some relatives visiting in town. My cousin and his family were in town, so just kind of hung out with the family. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice,
Where did they come in town from?
They are from Pennsylvania.
Ooh. Did they ask you any weird questions?
No, they're actually thinking about moving down here because it's which would be really cool. Yeah, that would be pretty dope.
Nice. They got like one of those cousins your age or some shit?
No. He's like grown up. He's got a whole family. He's got 2 kids.
Motherfucker, you are grown up. Is he your age? Close to it?
No, he's a little bit older than me.
Okay.
He's older.
He's like 40s?
Like, how old is he?
Yeah, probably early 40s. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
no,
He's
sounds
like 7
nice.
years old. It's not 8 years old.
What? Oh.
What?
What? I didn't hear you.
Why are we whispering? We all have on headphones.
Oh, I was talking to Pat. I was just talking to the mic.
Oh, okay. I was confused.
Because I didn't hear what you said.
See? Mic discipline comes with headphones.
Mic discipline.
All right. Spidey, what about you? What'd you do last weekend?
Oh, fuck. The whole last week. I didn't even know today was Friday. You don't know about the weekend. I think we just chilled and cleaned, really. We just cleaned up the apartment.
Yeah.
I believe I did a little bit of climbing, and I know I had to work, so.
How's being a cat daddy?
It is fuckery.
It just stopped there. It is.
Yeah, it's that. It's you love them. No, she I don't know. She randomly started like peeing on the floor. So there's always that. There's always cats peeing on floors.
You know what? Don't put the S there.
Yeah,
My cat don't pee on the floor.
You know what your cat does? Like all the other cats do.
What?
They shit and then they play with it, and then they come and pat your little face with their dirty little paws.
First off, he buries his shit like a responsible adult.
Yeah, he buried it.
And recently he did touch me in the face with his paw, but I said, no, we don't put paws on face.
That's
He
good.
was like, shh,
I don't like cash kissing me in the ears. I mean, in my face.
You know, I've seen people let Cash look straight into their mouth.
They're nasty for that, but I don't like dogs kissing.
Those people work here. The internet, you know those people.
Yeah.
Just like if you're gonna open mouth kiss the dog, you should just lick her asshole for her.
I like straight up. Like I don't think I'll ever get that close with my dog.
No.
To like, you know, I'll kiss him on the face, but not the other way around.
Nah, yeah, that's just nasty. They lick their own balls and shit.
Yeah.
No.
If you've spent any amount of time with animals, you know where
Yeah.
they've
I mean, they're gross little
what they
grody fuckers. They look at us all confused when they're like, damn, you're washing your own balls with a fucking, like, your hands in a rag and some water? Like, just use your tongue. Just what's wrong with you? You're doing it wrong. Well, before we ask Pat what he was doing over the weekend, boys, you know what time it is. 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you.
It's Pat's birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Tell him happy birthday in the chat.
Happy birthday, dear Patrick. Happy birthday to you.
And many
more. I know the black
I hope
version.
I at least another
Happy
100.
birthday to you. Happy birthday. All right, we're not gonna do the whole thing.
Tell Pat.
Thank guys.
Happy birthday, Pat. What did you do last weekend?
My brother and his wife came into town, so I chilled with them.
Well, you gotta say that. You say that like the internet don't know who they are. It's Bo and Ucky.
But, yeah,
Everybody know Bo and Ucky.
Yeah, they know Bo. I don't say no Ucky, but yeah, Bo and Ucky. They were in town. One thing I learned about this though. So, if you wear glasses, if y'all are wearing glasses out here, especially I think all of us, right?
Spidey's got on contacts today.
Oh, so if you do wear glasses, if you're regular glasses wear, you know how they ask you if you want to spend extra like $35, $40 to get the eyes checked, get your eyes checked.
Yeah.
Like they do some special stuff. Do that because Ucky did that last time. And they found like holes in her eyes.
Oh
so
my God.
like you get these holes in your eyes and like
Astigmatism?
no, it's not even astigmatism. It's like so like these like the holes will get if they start seeing holes like more and more holes get on your eyes, the more like as soon as you start going blind.
Okay.
So it's like you're in your step to getting blind. So like if you're wearing glasses, you're more prone to get these. So it's an easy fix. They go. It's like you know how we get our eyes fixed to do laser eye surgery. It's literally just that they just close up holes with the laser eye surgery. And then after that, you get 20/20 vision.
I'm about to say, if motherfuckers got my eyes open fixing holes, you might as well go and fix my whole vision.
Yeah.
It's like when you get a crack in your windshield, they just kind of,
Yeah, but like I mean, if you got holes, you're gonna get 20/20 vision out of it. So
That's what she said.
I got hoes. All right. You hit the gym this weekend, Pat?
I hit the gym.
We need to know. You always tell us about your gym exploits. Just what you do. Would you arms, legs, backs, and breasts?
Oh man, if it was like, I mean, with this weekend. So on the weekends usually my deadlift days, and then either my back or chest day depends whatever I do on Saturday.
All right,
How
man.
I feel. But usually Fridays are my deadlift days.
Nice. So the last time we had Eli from Back to the Topic podcast here, he was telling us that he used to be a bodybuilder. He used to be in competitions and shit.
I can see that. He was pretty fit.
Is that where you're going?
No, because I gotta take steroids for that shit, or like.
What?
Damn, you just gonna call a man out on possible
steroids?
taking steroid? You could just get fit.
I mean, listen. He did it when he was young. All right, nah, I'm doing it when I'm like in my 30s, bro. I'm gonna
Hey
take
man,
some
you
shit.
need to come to the gym. This dude's older than you.
Right?
Yeah, but
Gucci. You need to come to Ass and Abs.
But he's not in competition mode. Is the competition built like how big is he?
What do you mean he? Them?
Pat, look, I'm just saying.
Because a lot of people that I know, because I was in Miami for a while, and I worked out in the bodybuilding gym, and every person in there, like 1 in 3 person was a bodybuilder, and they're all shooting shit up.
I mean, that's Miami though. Miami's got
Like-
problems.
He was in a weird crowd.
That,
All right, well, shit.
like you either done it or you're on it or you're gonna do it if you're in bodybuilding. Like,
It's like
Pat
it's
says if you
inevitable.
build bodies, steroids is coming for
You
you.
build body.
Full
Here's the
stop.
blanket.
Shit. What are you gonna say?
Talking about the eyes thing, I remember watching this like really crazy TikTok. It's a video of this like woman's. So basically, here's all you can see in the frame is
Oh
like.
my god.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the contact.
Yeah. So all you see is like the woman's eye, and a doctor is using like a swab to like get stuff out of her eye. She had a contact lens stuck behind her eye, but then they kept coming. There were altogether 23 contacts stuck behind her
She
eye.
just walking around with essentially a thick penny behind her eye and just didn't care.
The craziest part about this is as she's pulling them out, this lady, like the doctor is like, "Oh, looks like there's more back there," and the lady's just like, "Oh, you're kidding? No way!"
Yeah, so-
like,
To me, this
hold
woman
on, how
had
does
to
like
have-
it gets like
Bro.
you know you get stuck back in your eye.
if you fall asleep
Yeah.
in your contacts too much, that's what happens. It'll just like
I
it
sleep,
might
I
get
fall asleep
stuck
in my
there.
eyes, but they don't do that.
I
to
slept in mine last
Yeah.
night, but you can't do it like continuously.
you might have
This
something
woman
back there.
had to have been sleeping in her contacts
for like I
all
don't-
the time, and then just thinking, "Oh, I guess they just dissolve into your eyeball."
I don't
and
think
putting
anybody
another
told
pair
her.
in.
I don't think anybody told her you're supposed to take them out.
Yeah, that's what everybody told me.
Bro.
It was
What the
it was like a
fuck?
wad of contacts, man. It was
What color do they come out? Because I feel like,
Yellow.
they,
Like
that's what I
gross.
said. That's what they look. That's what they look like.
Like gross.
Do
Into the
their
mic,
eyes
Pat.
go bad?
They look like the table.
she seemed
God.
not bothered by it because like she's pulling out contacts and the lady was like, "Oh my goodness, you're no way!" Like,
Damn, what do we even made her to go to the see the person in the first place after like the last 23?
I don't think she was aware. Like, she just seemed like a lady that's like. It's the type of lady where you probably meet her and you're like, "How did you get this far in life?" You know?
How did you make it?
Just one of those people who never got that like crucial bit of information, as in take your contacts out of your fucking eyes.
But
The doctor was saying
anyways,
that, and he was like, "Are you listening?" She's like, "Oh yeah."
I mean,
anyways, Chris,
if nobody told her, then I guess that's plausible.
No, the doctor would have told her, and she probably wasn't listening.
There's no way that she wasn't told.
Last weekend, I went down to the Red River Gorge because here's the real reason why.
Yeah.
At the climbing gym I go to, everybody has on these Miguel pizza shirts, and I was like, why? And then Spidey started working there, and I was like, hey, why does everybody have on these Miguel pizza shirts? And he was like, it's the only place to get pizza at down in the Red River Gorge where everybody goes climbing at. And I was like, all right, tight. I'm not going to go climbing, but I'm going to go to that pizza shop and get that shirt. And then our buddy Siege was like, hey, I want to go on a camping trip. I want to do a little bit of backpacking. He wanted to do like a long-ass 10-mile hike, stay out there and come back. And I was like, these woods is a little hard to navigate for that, and we couldn't really find anywhere. So
and there's bears.
Oh,
tell the story with the noises.
Oh yeah. I'm getting there. So we went out there and we stayed out. We got out a little late. It was me, Navi, Siege, and Marquetta. And on that first night, Marquetta wasn't there, but we got there. We started a fire, and it was kind of cold. Chilled out. I smoked a Black and Mild. I was really living on the edge. Drank a bunch of whiskey, and we kind of like sat out under the stars and chilled. And that was nice. Cowboy. What? You call me a cowboy? I needed the hat. We did that. Marquetta, we did a little hike the next day and waited for Marquetta to come out, and then she came out, and we're like, all right. So we tried to hike to this place called the Natural Bridge, which is just like this big actual land bridge thing, but we couldn't get to it. We got tired and we came back down, and then we saw that there was a ski lift that took you right there. I was like, fuck, well, we'll put that on the list for next time. And it was also hot. It was like really fucking warm. Like I was in a tank top dripping the whole time, and I was like, damn, all right, surprise. So
you get bit by bugs?
No, because it's kind of cold, because it's like the fall, so there's no bugs out really. So I was living my best life.
Yeah.
But then Caddy came out, and we got some pizza and all that. I got my shirt. I'm an official climbing boy. I did not climb down there. But after that, we went on a little hike around this lake. And we got to the lake, and we were like, hey, we're going to park our cars here and go back out there and like go on this hike, and then we're going to go camping overnight. And the dude was like, that's fine. But if you get to the back of the lake, there's a rattlesnake back there the size of a man. It's rattlesnake season. That's its spot. And we were like, okay, so we're all going to generally agree that we're never going to go back there. We're going to go like halfway and stop.
See, I would have went back in the car.
If you, you could have slept in the car, but that would have been any fun.
I mean, I would have stayed alive.
Well, shit. Well, we made it somehow. So we get on this trail, and we're walking, and the trail's kind of sus, because it's like, here's the trail, here's the lake, and then everything past the trail is like a slant. Oh God, it's like a slant. And so we're like, shit, we're not gonna find any place to camp. So we keep going and going and going, and then we get to a tiny cemetery.
Oh, God.
With a bunch of like very old headstones from like the 1800s.
No, thank you.
And we're like, oh my God. So we have to walk through this tiny cemetery, and I was like, man, all the signs.
That's how Blair Witch started.
Yep, that's exactly what I said. And then there's this big fucking tree that was felled, and we had to like take off our backpacks. My backpack was probably like 50 pounds, like get it over these trees and do all that. And I was like, fuck, man, I'm ready to go back. Like the sun was still up and shit, and I was like, I don't know about all this, but Siege really wanted to press on. He found us a really nice campsite, so they already had a little rocks there, so we took a bunch of rocks and made a fire pit. I was like, Gucci, we good. Set the fire, and then the sun went down, and it was nighttime, and there were some other people back there, and we don't know how they got back there. They were like in boats and shit, and I was like, I think they might just live back here, but we're like, we ain't gonna fuck with them, they ain't gonna fuck with us. We had to drink our water from the lake, but we had filters, and we boiled some of it too, so we were good. No one got sepsis or anything like that. And then the millipedes came out.
Millipedes?
There were
how big are these millipedes?
10 millipedes.
Man.
They were ranging from this size, but there was one the size of this boy here, this can that I'm holding, this Topo Chico, and it like grazed my hand, because it was dark, right? And I was like cooking a pot of tea to get ready to go to sleep. And I like reached to grab it, and it like touched the back of my hand, and I flipped my fucking tea water over.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, fuck, bro, tea water's everywhere. And then like, it was dark, and they were like, you can go back down to the lake to get more water. I was like, I'm not going back down nowhere.
So you do get afraid of bugs?
Yes, it was this millipede sting too, dog. I don't want that thing to
sting?
Yeah.
Didn't you have a fire? Like, why are they coming close?
They were getting close to the fire. I think they wanted to warm up for whatever fucking reason. And we tried to get them to leave, and they turned into little cinnamon rolls, and we just flick them off into the woods, and then like more of them came. So we're like, okay, fuck this. And Marquetta goes to get in the tent, and it's all spiders on the outside of the tent.
Bro, what's wrong with you motherfuckers?
Hey, man, when you out in nature be out there. Look, man.
I can't be doing that.
I'm down to go camping, but I don't understand why people go camping where there's potentially bears and big cats. Like, why take that risk?
That's real.
One, for the thrill of it, and two, because, listen, I'm gonna tell you what I told myself. Hold on, let me. So we had a bear bag full of like all of our trash. It had an extra steak in it because we couldn't finish it. And me and Siege went and hung it up. And we had it hung up really high and tied to another tree down by the water, far away from us. And I was like, "There's no way anything's gonna get to it." And in the middle of the night, I'm sleeping and I got my axe next to my foot. And like I keep waking up because I keep hearing sounds. And I have to calm myself down in the shittiest way possible. I just go, "Listen, Chris. All right, there might be bears and cats out there, but they didn't fuck up the planet. Nigga, we did global warming. That's us. We at the top of the food chain and we fuck this shit up. We can do whatever we want out here, all right? They can't fly in airplanes. It's us. We can go under the ocean. We've been to space, all right? If a bear comes out here, bitch, that's it. Just gotta get out there and be ready for it." So I'm like trying to fall asleep, but I'm hyping myself up. I keep hearing shit. We keep hearing shit. And then it gets to be like midnight and we hear these loud bangs, just like a big old like fucking crash. And I'm like, "Oh, fuck, that's the bear bag." And he's like, "Did you hear that?" I'm like, "I heard that." He's like, "What do you think it is?" And I was like, "Same thing you think it is, man. Someone's fucking with the bag." And he's like, "Yeah." Gets quiet. We hear another one, like, boom. He's like, "Fuck, man." He's like, "Should we go check?" And I was like, "Hell no." Hell, I'm not leaving this tent. I have to pee too. And I was like, "I'm not getting out of the tent. I'm in the tent. I'm safe in the tent. I'm in my bag. I'm zipped the fuck up. Leave it alone." Here like 3 more times, man. And we're like, we can hear things like scratching on the bear bag. And I was like, "Man, it's probably bad." Or she's just like, "It's probably bats and shit." And we're like, "Man, we're just gonna have to go check it in the morning." So I barely sleep. We keep hearing sounds. I heard something that sounded like it was laughing. So I'm pretty sure maybe a coyote. It was like, just like, I was like, "Fuck, man, what are we gonna do?" My kids was like, "What was that?" I was like, "I don't know. Just go to sleep."
Aren't there animals? I don't know if it's like a fox or type of bird, but it sounds like a person screaming.
Oh, that is they're cougars, mountain lions. A mountain lion sounds like a woman screaming, just like,
bro.
But also, if you hear that, like, I'll go hands to hand with a bear. If a bear came, you just got to get big and get loud and shit. I'm afraid of the cats. I live with the cat. Bro. I know how they are, and I'm like, "You're unpredictable and terrifying." Like,
they're
just.
relentless.
I think I might be with Pat now. I think I might just camp in my backyard and call it a day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what's wrong with camping just outside in like a park? You don't have to. Like, you just said
bullshit.
You just said there's spiders on your fucking tent.
Yo, I got them off.
Yeah, I'm kind of with Pat now.
You know who won? You know who walked the fuck out of there? Man Man versus Wild. I was like, "Fuck you, Wild."
Yeah, how many spider bites did you get or shit?
None,
like
but
that?
Marquetta did get a spider bite.
How many go inside your ear?
In my ear? No, once you get the spiders off the tent, you get in the tent and zip it up. They can't get in.
You, sometimes when you sleep, you know, spiders goes in your ear.
But they can't get in your tent once it's zipped up.
You guys didn't have like bug spray or?
Yeah, we had bug spray.
So, but it didn't do anything.
They didn't give a fuck. So we checked the bear bag in the morning and it's fine. It's like there's nothing wrong with the bear bag at all. The thing I think the sounds was either falling rocks, falling trees, or maybe like 2 big deer going head to head. And that was it, man.
Deers go head to head like that?
Yeah,
It
like,
does be loud.
Wow, they fight, and it sounds like their antlers like hitting each other super loud.
That's cool.
So
You gotta think how many
That's
wild
fucked.
animals have
That's
never
fucked,
seen
mate.
a human being.
right? Somewhere, especially like going out west when you get into little like vast open spaces.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers just be like, "What the fuck is that? I don't know. Leave it alone."
Right.
But here though, there are people around a lot, and we saw this sign that said like the bears were like coming back, which is good because it means their environment's getting nicer for them.
Ew.
And we're like, if they came out, we were just all like, the protocol was everybody get out of the tents, everybody start screaming and going fucking ham, and the bear will run away. That's what a bear will do.
You sure about that?
Yep.
Yeah,
It's guaranteed.
Most time.
90% of the time. And if the bear won't smoke, I got an axe. He can get smoke. We will jump a fucking bear.
Yep. Chop Yogi up, boy.
That's it.
Damn. So you know what, Chris? If we were all 4 out camping, Mickey and Pat are running
Yep.
from the bear.
Yeah.
That's a problem because neither of
most.
you are faster than me. Or
Well, you're not allowed to take weapons into.
Yeah, you just said you can't take a gun. You'd rather take an axe?
Hey, man,
Yeah.
cool.
Look, if you want to take your gun, take your gun.
I'm
See,
not,
yeah,
I'm
that's
not
what I'm
taking
saying.
any chances with bears.
Yeah,
Yeah. If I had a gun, bro,
Like,
I
let
would
me
fight
take-
a fucking bear.
Let me take a 22 at least.
No, first off, don't take a 22 against a bear. That's you're gonna anger the bear.
He's gonna be annoyed.
I know a motherfucker who got shot in the head with a 22 and literally walked it off. So like, I mean, he forgot some words, but he definitely survived. So don't do that.
But also, when you said you felt safe in the tent, if there were bears around, why?
No. I just felt safe in the tent because it's shelter. Like in my brain, I'm just like I'm inside.
Because like if the bear
It's
comes,
like-
he can still like. Why would he not go for the tent?
It's fake safety in my brain.
oh,
I think.
okay.
It's like putting your foot outside of the blanket. You know,
You know,
as long
people
as you're in
are-
the
yeah.
blanket, ghosts can't get you.
Okay.
It's that type of shit. But I mean, really, I was worried, but we didn't hear anything. Plus, I had to tell myself too that like a bear's not gonna creep up on you. A bear is a loud motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cat might creep up on you. That's.
Oh no.
I mean, bears aren't stealthy. They're giant, rumbly motherfuckers. Just.
Yeah.
I'm a bear. Just out
You
here.
guys act like you guys are a bunch of bear experts, but like, first off, that screaming works. I don't think screaming is going to scare the bear off.
I've seen it work.
I have literally watched videos of people doing it.
I've seen it in the movies, but like in real life.
No, you guys need to watch Alone. I'm telling you. Every time we talk about camera, I talk about this show. Alone, yeah, they're fighting off bears, cougars, mountain lions. Like, you get big because, like I said, a lot of them have never seen a human before. So they're like, "What the fuck?"
Plus,
is that?
the only thing an apex predator is afraid of is another apex predator. That's us.
Yeah.
They fucking, I don't know if they know it, but they can find out the hard way.
I don't
we got
know
intelligence
how
and shit.
we-
It's
Boy, you
terrifying.
fuck around.
I never want to come in contact with a bear, but I have to mentally be prepared that if I'm camping and a bear pops up, that
I
about to
don't.
be big balls time. You just got to go ham.
That I don't understand how we became apex. Like, you know, you see other animals get born and they have to learn to run from the get go,
Bears
and
don't
like
have,
we're so fragile as babies. Like I don't
Do
understand.
you want me to tell you why?
I don't understand how it happened.
Our long development time gives us our biggest advantage, which is the big old smart brain. That we can run indefinitely, long distance running, because we sweat while we run. Other animals can't do that. They all have to stop. And two, while we're standing up, we can throw accurately. No, that's the three things. Well, the super smarts thing is obviously a really
So-
big
And we
one.
also got
Pog.
these, right?
Yeah, but I mean that also helps us
Gang.
with the throwing too. So yeah, that's it. Other than that,
So,
we
yeah,
can use
fuck
tools,
you animals.
and because
Come
we can do
at me.
that, we can pass information down from generation to generation. So we have generational information. We're hard to beat.
Pog, GG easy.
Well, that's it. Why don't you guys tell us your cool camping stories, and if we're wrong about bears, because I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna bring Pat and Mickey, and we'll make a. If you guys are all into it, we'll make a video.
You know what? I think I'll stick to camping at Electric Forest.
Just come to Turkey Run. There's no bears in Turkey Run.
There's snakes.
I'll
There's
do
no snakes
I'll do
in Turkey.
There are
camping in your
snakes.
backyard. That's it.
I've been to Turkey Run. There's snakes.
There's no venomous snakes in Turkey Run.
Yeah, cottonmouths.
There's cottonmouths at Turkey Run.
Yeah.
Turkey Run.
Isn't that the one where they open up and it's all white?
I don't fucking know.
Oh hell no!
I think we
Yeah,
did
man, there's
talk
cottonmouths,
about
bro.
it, yeah.
What?
There's cottonmouths in Turkey Run.
We got
But
dangerous
Turkey
snakes in
Run
Indiana,
is
bro.
beautiful though. Turkey Run is beautiful.
INDIANA.
There's one.
Wow.
My favorite spot in Turkey Run is that little circular
The
clearing.
Devil's Punch Bowl.
Is that what it's called?
Is it the one with water in it?
Yeah. You have to like climb
Oh,
over
shit,
some
son.
fallen trunks.
Oh shit, son. Okay. Well, listen. We'll be fine. Come to Turkey Run. There's no bears.
I know this because we went to Turkey. Last time I went to Turkey Run, we were walking and like one
What,
slithered
bro?
right in front of us.
The last time I was at Turkey Run, I was like, "There's no venomous snakes here." And the lady's like, "Oh no, not at all."
And
The bitch set me up for failure.
Lying bitch.
You
See?
did that thing where you Google result and you take the article's title for its word.
It was the lady who worked at the place.
Oh, she
She
should be
was-
fired. She should
She
be
worked
fired.
there, bro. She had
should
it
be
all proud.
fired. She should not work there.
I didn't ask a stranger. I thought I asked a professional. She was like, "If he go in the woods and die, fuck him."
Oh man.
All right. So we're moving on. Today's podcast, we're going to talk a little bit about H3H3 podcast and just Ethan and all the shit he's been going through. We're also going to talk a little bit about Hot D and also a little bit about real world experience, as in, what do you wish we were taught in high school? What do we think we should be teaching in high school? Because bear fighting 101 isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, you don't need that. Also, guys, dead serious, if people want, we will take Mickey and Pat camping. We will do a whole vlog video about it. It'll be very good. We already got to take Pat to the art gallery. We got to take Pat camping. We're just going to have a whole series called Take Pat. Backpacking with Pat. All right, so we're not going to say what H3 said because I'm not trying to really get
Well, I need
taken off of the internet.
I need you to tell us what the drama, because I'm not like into the whole scene. So tell me what how it went down
H3
from beginning to end.
I feel like H3 is just always in some drama or the other these days.
Who is H3?
Yeah.
Oh, Ethan Klein.
So can I give a brief
Yeah.
history on H3? So H3H3 is Ethan Klein and Gila Klein. They were massive. I mean, they're still massive YouTubers, but basically they had a channel a few years ago where they made like really funny commentary videos, and like his style was like very, very unique, and he became wildly popular. He was kind of one of those guys that like, you know, he just kind of tells it like it is, and he has like really not controversial opinions, but he's not somebody that's like afraid to stand up to somebody else, right? And one of the biggest things in their career is like they made fun of this guy who then sued them for defamation, and they won that lawsuit, and that was a big landmark moment for YouTube in general because it set the precedence for fair use. So legally there is a precedence, and H3 was responsible for that. So they won that lawsuit. After that, they kind of stopped making the commentary videos, and he went into the podcast scene, and that's kind of where the audience kind of not turned on him, but they definitely saw a difference because like the YouTube videos that he was making, they were scripted, and so you can
editing,
you can edit things in and out. But then when you see him in a live format, sometimes he doesn't quite have his research straight. He just says really wild shit, and so like he kind of started to lose popularity. But then Hila Klein started Teddy Fresh, so I mean they're good. They're
I mean also their podcast is huge now too, though. So like,
it's a great podcast. I'm not saying like people hate him or anything now, but like since he's been on the podcast, he's been pretty much steeped in like controversy just because of like the things that he says. However, this controversy makes sense, like as you were explaining to me, and I'm gonna alley-oop to you now.
Oh, so I can tiptoe around. I'm not.
You'll explain.
I want to know what he said.
Yeah.
Do I need to look it up? Or?
No. I think I can explain what someone else said thoroughly enough that Twitch doesn't boot us off their platform.
I mean,
it's like that.
are we not allowed to say
No, I guess we can.
Semitic?
Yeah, you can say anti-Semitic.
So like,
okay, look.
I don't know which part you're afraid of.
Well, I'm not. I'm trying to figure out how to phrase because. All right, look. If he would have said a whole bunch of N-word rants, and then someone was like, "Well, this is exactly what he said," that feels a little like, "Oh, this is my chance to say some shit." So anyway, he made a joke about Ben Shapiro and Ben Shapiro's family being because. So he says Ben Shapiro works for the Daily Wire, and they put a lot of anti-Semites on their platform and like support those kind of people. That's what they said. I don't fuck with the Daily Wire. I don't fuck with Ben Shapiro. I'm not going to do my research on it because we're talking about the thing and we're not talking about if this is true or not. You guys can go and do your research on that.
Always do that.
But he's like, so his accusation of Ben Shapiro is that you guys put anti-Semites on your platform, specifically around this Kanye West thing right now, and was like, and Ben Shapiro is Jewish. So is Ethan. And Ethan was like, I hope that when the next Holocaust comes, like your family's either first or last, so that way you can deal with that shit. And everybody was like, hey, buddy, that's... It's pretty fucking hot. Like, that's a bit much, dog. And he was like, yeah, I know. And he was like, yeah, I made the joke. I stand by it. And like,
you don't double down.
Well, I mean, for him, he's like, I can. He's like, I'm Jewish. He's Jewish. I get to say this shit.
That's the kind of person he is. Like, he won't. He's not the type of person to like delete comments.
So he made an offensive joke, and then like the right wing media and everybody was like, "Oh, we got to cancel this dude. He's an actual anti-Semite. Like, look at what he's saying. Look at what he's doing." And Ethan's essentially like, "I don't put anti-Semites on my platform. I don't like look at all of my other content. Like, I'm never any of that." He's like, "I made a joke right here." He's like, "But look at what y'all do. Look at y'all putting fucking David Duke's been on shit back in like 2016. And that motherfucker was in the KKK. So like, he's just like, look at that shit. He's like, look at y'all. Look what I did." And so that video got pulled down, and he still stood by it. And he's like, yeah, I can do that. And we're not gonna sit here and argue about if he can or can't do that. But what we are gonna talk about is like controversy and like good controversies and like knowing when to pick those fights. And I really feel like Ethan knows when to pick those fights. I feel like the internet stood by PewDiePie for a long time because PewDiePie was like the internet guy. PewDiePie also would just straight up call someone the N-word in a fucking like online game while live. And people were like, oh, and like everyone can make their excuses for that. And he also flirted around with a lot of fucking Nazi ass shit. And like, it was like, PewDiePie, I understand what you're doing, but also like everyone literally upheld him for that. He still became that dude.
Yeah, but there's...
Give me the nuance.
Context matters. Like it wasn't like he was openly supporting Nazi things. Like yeah, he would wear the costume, but it was like it was a controversial character that it wasn't like he was supporting that. But so there is context and nuance there.
So I'm not saying that I want to talk about like when you choose your good controversy and your bad ones.
Yeah.
And I feel like for the things PewDiePie was doing, like he had jokes, but the jokes were like just for the jokes, right?
It was childish humor, but like a majority of his audience is childish.
Yeah, and like that is, for me personally, I think my hot take is like, that's bad controversy. Where Ethan is like, I mean this, I'm saying this, and I've got a point behind it, and that's why I said some outrageous shit. Like, good controversy. Yeah. It's still controversial. And each of them are allowed to stand by, and everybody makes their own opinions based off of that.
It's kind of like the recent Just Stop stunt that they did, the tomato soup on Van Gogh Sunflowers.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. And I mean, I would have thought that people would have reacted very negatively to that, but like it sometimes you need that kind of an action to get the conversation started, I guess.
So for clarity on that one, they threw some activists threw tomato soup at a Van Gogh painting.
Oh yeah,
and then they glued themselves to the wall.
Well,
because they want us to stop using fossil fuels.
No. Well, I mean that is what it is, but like their tagline is like there is no art on a dead Earth. So
that's dumb.
Is it?
I'm gonna cut the.
There's one extra point you're gonna miss, real quick. Hold on, one point. The Van Gogh's behind glass and it wasn't damaged.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then we good. Okay.
We're
Fine. We're good.
It wasn't damaged.
We're good. We're good.
I also reacted the way you just reacted, but the more I thought about it, I was like, yeah. I mean, what is left to appreciate if we all die?
But I don't give a fuck about that. It was clean. But if it was the glass on and they ruined the art, then here's the problem. Because last week we just talked about how art is so priceless and how it evokes emotions and this and that, blah blah blah, and then how we like art's value, appreciation, and all that stuff. What we're just gonna let that go. We're just gonna let that slide away.
I would be willing to sacrifice a Van Gogh for people to wake up to climate change. Yes,
the action that they performed could be seen as art.
I mean,
I don't see that as art. I see it as destruction. You just talked about that was art.
Some art is destruction too.
Some art is destruction. I mean, this is the. I mean, you're having an emotional response. They've done what they intended to do.
But legit, if anyone here. Would you sacrifice every Van Gogh painting ever and the Doctor Who episode of Van Gogh in order to fix climate change?
Nope. Doctor Who episode.
There's other ways to fix climate change. You don't have to fucking...
That's a really tough question because,
if it worked, I would be like, sacrifice them all.
The logical answer says yes, but come on, man. The Van Gogh... I mean, Van I don't know. Because, like... That man had a hard enough life. He lived and died in poverty. He never got to experience how important his work is or was. This is just the art school me speaking. I love art. I have a soft spot for it, but I also agree with the fact that there's nothing to appreciate on a dead Earth.
If you can 100% prove me that you're going to fix climate change by destroying 8 Van Goghs, and you have proof that's going to happen, I'm okay with it. But if not, then fuck that. Nope, I don't want to know.
And that Doctor Who episode is fire. That's one of the best.
What'd you say, Spidey?
Never seen Doctor Who.
If we showed you the Van Gogh episode, you would have emotions.
You don't have to have any context of the show. Like, you just watched that one episode. It's top 3. It
is that good.
It's so good.
Even out of context. You don't even need context. They explain, it's a whole wrapped up in episode. They explain everything. And it's like,
the show is like it's not an anthology, but like episode to episode is like different adventures. You know, there is a running storyline, but not really also, you know.
I don't know. I think climate change is like the worst thing that we're facing, and I think that like legitimately, I know a lot of people don't think it's going to be the end of the world, but like that possibility is solidly there. Oh, and if I had to fucking shit on a picture of Harriet Tubman in order to prevent nuclear war, I'd do it.
Okay, and
I love Harriet Tubman.
But here's the thing, that like. It's almost like saying, like, man, if you kill like 10 babies, we're gonna fix climate change. You ready to do that?
If someone was literally like, hey, guess what? 10 babies for climate change? Yes. Yep. I don't even get to the numbers of babies because it's going to be a pretty fucking high number, Pat.
Have we veered off course? The
point was proper controversy.
Right. So back to H3. Or are we done talking about that?
I don't know. You got anything else you want to add to it?
I want to add to it.
Really. Yeah, what do you got, Pat?
First off, Ben Shapiro is the one who had Kanye West on, right?
No, Tucker Carlson had Kanye West on, but Ben Shapiro works at the Daily Wire. There's a lot of extra steps.
The podcast that Kanye just spattered off on, that wasn't Fox. He was on some podcast. I don't know whose.
Oh, it was Noriega's.
Yeah.
So my question is, the right wing people got mad to someone who's Jewish who hosted Kanye West, right?
No. The right wing people were mad at Ethan for making an anti-Semitic joke. Even though they host anti-Semitic people on their platforms.
Okay, so that's where
he's pointing out a hypocrisy.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah.
Strong one to say.
And speaking of Kanye,
fucking ugly.
Yeah.
What the fuck, man? Like,
yeah, I'm not even.
You know, like It's very clear that he's disturbed. So my question is, when is it okay to forcefully take somebody to the doctor?
So
when they try to hurt themselves or other people.
You know, like, when is it okay to be like, look, man, you gotta go to the...
I don't think he's disturbed. I don't think he has a mental... Like, I do think he has mental issues and all that, but I don't think he's having a mental breakdown where we see somebody needs to go and be forced. I think he's actually smart as fuck. Like, not smart, but I think... So what he's trying to do, Kanye's in for himself. He has an ego. So I think he's just trying to make as much as money he can, and that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to find another pocket of demographic.
Is he already a billionaire?
Yeah, but he wants to make he wants to make as much as money he can. He found another demographic of people that he exploited, and they could give him money. And on top of that, if you see all his as much as he's a horrible, not a horrible person, but like he's not there. But he's a genius in things he does. Marketing, he's a marketing genius. Like the hat that he's wearing, he does new things, and that's promoting like his next presidential thing.
I personally think he's very mentally disturbed. But even if what you just said is true, that he's saying wild shit to exploit certain demographics to make money off of it, that's a very evil piece of shit thing to do. And you can't tell me that that's not a bad person. Explain how that's not a bad person.
Kanye West's net worth is $2 billion.
Yeah, so
which is 2,000 million. That's such an uncomfortable amount of money. I hope somebody eats his foot.
I think
billionaires have.
What'd you say, Spidey?
Oh, go ahead.
I think what he should do instead of, because the whole problem is he's worried about like Jewish people still owning everything in the banks and all that shit. Like, you know, most people do know that. I think he should just open a bank.
He has enough money.
He just starts opening black-owned banks, just black banks. That shit's gonna hit him.
Yep.
Yeah, actually,
that's all he would have to do to become the one that can actually combat the people that he's upset with, basically.
Yeah,
I think if he was smart, he'd do that.
I feel like this latest thing though, like I know every time Kanye does something, people are like, all right, that's the last one. But this feels like there's no support. I mean, what can you possibly do? You know what he said, right?
So I'm not following him.
Speak to the mic.
I don't know what he said. I'm not following him. All I know, he wore a shirt that said "White people matter." That's all.
No. The latest thing is he was talking about that he saw a documentary and he was like, George Floyd didn't even die because of the cop. He died because of fentanyl.
He said
he said the cop's knee wasn't even on him like that. If you watch the documentary, yeah. Like he's basically he's apologizing for the police officer.
He also said he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people on Twitter, which is like, you know, the kind of thing you just generally don't say.
Yeah,
especially considering history.
Man, his music is so good.
It is. I'll agree with you. It is unfortunately really good music.
And I will even say like his persona, what he tried to portray himself, his persona is like not even that bad. Like not like I really don't think
his
he
persona
believes.
Is pretty shitty, man.
I really don't think he believes what he's doing. I think,
Why
and that
do you
makes
think
it worse. That makes it so much worse.
I think he is trying. Like billionaires have a competition, and like I think he's trying to just.
You already won if you're a billionaire. The only people you in competition with is like six other motherfuckers.
But like all these billionaires have like 162 billion. Like, they have a competition with one another. Like they're in a different stratosphere of playing with one another. And I think he's just trying to find a way to one up another billionaire.
I will say,
Patrick, the billionaires competition is why you get fucked on your taxes every year.
Yes,
100%. I agree with that.
I don't know why you're like apologizing for them because
I'm not apologizing for
their competition.
I'm not apologizing right now. I'm not apologizing for the billionaires. I'm not even apologizing for Kanye. But I also want to say, like, I think Kanye is probably like everyone right now is having pitchforks for Kanye, right? Like, they want to kill him. I'm trying to say, like, he does not. I don't think he truly believes in what he's saying. I think he's just trying to profit.
So real quick,
that's worse.
Yeah, I think if that is the case, like billionaires, if they're in competition with each other, then we're the ball.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
And that is upsetting to me personally. I do love Kanye's music. I think he changed the face of one of my favorite genres of all time. I think motherfucker's prolific. I think the shit that he did in the fashion world is fucking crazy. But also, like, I'm not here
He made a
to
club banger about Jesus.
right. I'm not here to be a fucking toy. I'm not here to be played with or played over. The way he treats the black community, which is literally one of the reasons why he got fucking put on in the first place, is trash. The way he's talking about Jewish people is fucking trash. The way he's triggering people with his fucking White Lives Matter shirt is trash. If he was my friend, I wouldn't fuck with him anymore. So, like, I'm not here for any of that shit. And if he doesn't believe in, he's just doing it to make more money. After you got $2 billion fucking dollars, how much more money do you want? Like, I'm tired of that shit.
I also think he's following Donald Trump's footsteps of just trying to like be relevant. Still.
Everybody's following that motherfucker's footsteps.
Like, I think he knows what it takes to be relevant. He knows what it takes to make money, and how to move ahead in the society. And I think Donald Trump showed that pathway, and I think he's just following that place.
No.
If that's true, then there's absolutely no forgiveness, because if he isn't mentally ill, like if he's mentally ill and he needs help, then there's a path to come back, because you're not yourself right now. And people, when they get manic and paranoid and like, people say some crazy wild shit, but if it's not entirely their fault, if they're dealing with something mentally, there's a path back. But if he's doing this knowing
For
what
profit?
he's doing, that's fucked.
Well, I think we've talked about Kanye's punk ass enough, so
yeah, let's
let us move on to a new topic. What do you guys think they should have taught us in high school?
Budgeting.
Survival skills.
Definitely not the Pythagorean theorem.
Hi, whoa. Pythagorean theorem is legit for building things. No, you will not shit on geometry.
I ain't built shit.
You will not shit on geometry. Is a needed skill. You will not shit on that one. I will stand for it on this podcast.
Actually, you know what?
How? Show me what last science are you using geometry?
I'm literally about to build a closet at my house, and I would need geometry
How
to
many
figure out
motherfuckers are
that.
building closet? Not everyday motherfuckers is building closet.
If you want to save money and you want to build even a shelf, you still need a little bit of geometry.
Okay, but Pythagorean theorem, you don't need a Pythagorean theorem.
That one might come in handy in case you're trying to figure out the quickest distance between two different points while you're driving. If you're like, oh, should I take one right there and then another right there, or could I just take this long diagonal street like Mass Ave to get there? I don't know, man.
Or I go on Google Maps and tell me
that was a bad one. Now,
okay, it was a bad one. Can I
quadratic equation? Yeah, fuck that
Can I
one.
walk it back? Can I walk it back?
Yeah.
Fuck algebra.
There we go.
No! You need algebra.
Fuck algebra 2, buddy.
No! Algebra's the easiest one.
No, algebra 2 sucks because that one has the imaginary number, but algebra, no, you need algebra.
You need algebra.
You need to know that, hey, I get paid this amount of money per hour. How many hours do I need to work to get where I need to be?
You need algebra.
Come on, Mickey.
Find X.
All right.
You know what you don't need? Infinity math.
Hater.
All right. Then
Yes.
let me walk it back one more time.
Yes. Try again.
I was in the fuck my liberal math teacher. Yeah,
Okay, what is
were we in that
liberal
same
math?
class, Pat?
Liberal math.
It was liberal.
Sound like democratic math?
I'm sorry. Math for liberal arts, which
okay.
I don't even know what the fuck that means.
What the fuck?
But anyways,
You need to know how many boxes of ramen you can buy.
let me just give you one quick story of what math for liberal arts was like. Okay, the end of the year field trip, we went to the Children's Museum and then Crown Cemetery to look at like famous graves.
Why?
Well, it gets worse. She gave us a packet to like. It was kind of like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. Like as you're in the museum, like I don't know. She built a packet of like math-based shit. Like, oh, look at this exhibit, and there were questions about it, but it gets worse because in the Crown Hill Cemetery, we were supposed to be on our packets looking for these graves, right? And then when we got to the grave. I'm not exaggerating. The question was like, now, what kind of parabola does this gravestone have? It was, I was just like,
Fucking
what?
dumb.
Like,
No.
what kind of curve does this gravestone calculate the, like, it was literally questions about, like, it just felt wrong. I was like, this is not okay.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't feel good.
I still like math, so I think math is okay.
What do you think they should have taught us, though?
I think they should have taught us taxes.
Taxes? Yeah.
Like how to do your own taxes and how to like not just do your taxes, but how to understand taxes. Like understand what are your basic deductions, what having the dependents can do, or like you know, like and also just how to save money on taxes a little bit.
yeah.
But, like, I think they should have taught us about the taxes, and another thing they should have taught us is also the stock market or investing. I think the biggest thing they forgot was what do we do with our money? Because a lot of things, what happens is people leave paycheck to paycheck and they need to, but sometimes if people are able to invest, they could actually maybe get out of that whole 9-to-5 rut.
Yeah, because I mean, like I think most people are just taught like open up a savings account. Like even if it's a high yield savings account,
ain't gonna do shit.
You're not like if you didn't know this, if your money is just sitting stagnantly, it is less valuable by 7% every single year, and it's probably more than that now because of like inflation and all that. But like you're if you are not doing anything with your money and it's just sitting in a savings account, it is less valuable every single year that you don't invest it.
Yeah. For me, I think civics, as in how your local governments work.
Oh, yeah.
We learned that. We just didn't pay attention.
We needed to learn it better. They didn't make it interesting. If it didn't retain onto me or to most of the people I know, then we all had bad teachers.
I don't think they teach us the government aspect of history class better to us.
And,
I was going to also say we need better American history, like proper American history.
Not know our history. I hate it.
I've learned things about American history that I find to be ridiculous. What was two more? Media literacy, which
was that?
Everybody's online constantly. You need to be able to look at a movie, a commercial, a poster, and you need to be able to personally decide what it means. And then you need to be able to think about it and back it up. Like they teach critical reading and critical writing, but I think media literacy is like applying that, but to the media, because we're literally motherfuckers are able to put out like a pandemic documentary, and that's able to change people's minds about what's actually happening during the pandemic, because I think media literacy is a thing that we don't have super well in this country, even though like everyone's chronically on fucking line. So like that would help. And then the last one is like different systems of governing. So like, this is how this kind of government works. This is how this kind of government works, so that you can recognize it as it comes.
I think that as a society, we're starting to get better about like being responsible for fact checking. I think there's still a long way to go, but I think like since the inception of Facebook to where we are now with social media, that it was such a quick technological boom that for a while there nobody was fact checking anything, because like, you know, we're just scrolling, I see an article, the most I'm gonna do is read the title of the article and be like, I agree with that, and then just scroll away. Like I'm very guilty of not fact checking a lot of things. I've probably spattered a lot of misinformation in my life. Before I hand it off to you,
I was just gonna say something about that. I think still a problem now. I think our generation got better at fact checking, and we got that boom that you're talking about. But there's another generation now just getting onto it, which is our parents' generation, and they don't fact check because they still send around dumbass articles on WhatsApp or whatever. My dad he still gets like suckered into by Facebook ads and like ads. So like I think it's still a huge problem. It's just past our generation, and it's our parents' generation not to learn that.
For sure.
To fact check
because they're just now discovering Facebook. They're like,
because like I swear to God, I still get like articles sent to me like, this is what's going to cure cancer, and this is what like just drinking this and it's going to cure. Like, oh my God. Yeah.
I want to add something to what you were saying, Chris. Yeah. So like, if we start teaching all of these important things in school, one stipulation has to be that the teachers responsible for these important topics can't be hot, because my government teacher was hot as hell, and that's why I didn't pay
Miss
attention.
Bailey?
Yeah.
Yes!
Miss Bailey? Yes! She was fine!
Oh my God.
Damn. Well,
Yeah.
I didn't hear a damn word in that class.
Shout out Miss Bailey.
Shout out Miss Bailey. Proper sex education, properly learning consent. I think those all things would be good too. But no, I just think like, yeah, man, every time like as an adult, I'm always like, fuck, man, like how did I not learn this shit? How did I not do that? Also, I had this thought too, because you know, me and Marquette are gonna try to have kids. Let's say I have a kid and they're doing a report on 9/11, and they're just like, hey, I have so many confusing questions, and like trying to teach your kids what is true or what was true. How? Fuck. All right, let's not even do 9/11. Let's do the pandemic. Let's say your kid is like, I'm doing a paper on the pandemic. Apparently the president at the time called it the Wuhan flu, and it was all made in a lab, and it was fake, but it affected it. Like, teaching our kids how to suss out what is and what is not true is going to be very hard. Back in the day, your parents would be like, hey, the color red is the color red. And if you really want to get into it, it's because of the wavelengths in light. And in the future, motherfuckers might be like, well, I heard the color red was made up by the globalist. And you'll be like, what does that mean?
Especially now with like deep fake technology. Bro. Even DALL-E, you were fucking around with it. It's in its inception, and whatever you put into it is very rudimentary. But as it continues to learn and get better, you could literally fake pictures without touching Photoshop. Right.
I got this picture of Obama smoking a blunt. No Photoshop, just blunt Obama, Hillary Clinton's in the background with her titties out, and DALL-E made it photorealistic. They're in the White House, in the Oval Office, and you're just like, how the fuck did they do that? Like, it's gonna be confusing, man. We're gonna literally have to have like, and we can't make a ministry of truth because they'll just fucking lie and change shit, and it'll, like, we're fucked, man. Oh my god, man.
George Orwell is like turning in his grave, bro. It's coming true. 1994, it's gonna happen.
He's like, I thought it was gonna be one way, but turns out y'all really fucked it up.
It's gonna happen.
Also, paying teachers better, that would be a good thing too. Maybe these motherfuckers would care about their job.
Let's take 1% from every celebrity and athlete and give it to the fucking teachers.
How about not from every celebrity? There's some athletes don't make much, like on like low level, on the low level, like the bench players don't make that much money at all. They even have to work second jobs.
I mean, 1% from everybody would affect everyone.
1% of
the 10% of highest athlete earners, maybe something like that.
No. 1% would affect everyone the same. 1% for you, if you make $1 million, is what 100.
So you don't want to take 1% from me too?
No. I'm saying 1% from everyone. This is how our taxes should fucking work. Just 1% from everyone goes to the teachers.
Why don't we just take 10% from the 10 highest people?
1% from everyone affects everyone the same.
Why do I gotta? I'm
1%.
I'm poor.
I'm suffering.
If you make $1, I want a penny, and I want to give that penny to the teachers.
You know what? If it's going to the teachers, I'm cool with that.
It is wild.
Low key, I'm actually cool with that. That makes sense.
I just can't fathom that anybody wants to be a teacher. Shout out to anybody that seriously, that is the most noble thing. Like, if you want to be a teacher and want to be good at it, because there's a lot of teachers that are there and they're dead inside and they don't give a fuck anymore, but like the people that are actually trying to be good teachers, like, that is, it's the most noble thing in my eyes. It's because crazy. there's no benefit,
because kids are
like
assholes.
They literally have to pay for their own supplies. Like, they don't even have help from the place that they're working at.
I have friends that stopped being teachers and they loved it. I got a friend now who's a teacher, and he's like, I don't know how many more years I got left, and I love doing this shit. And he's like, I can't. Like, he's at the end of his fucking rope.
You can't, like, they can't live. They don't. It's crazy to me how underpaid our teachers are. And I think it's by design, because I don't think
we don't care about education.
The powers that be, I don't think they want good education in this country.
That's stupid.
Because then it makes it hard to control the population, because then they're actually smart and self-thinking.
But having more educated people out there be better for society? That means we have better things.
It would be better for society. Definitely. It would not be better for the 1%.
Listen, yours one. I just said that 1% would affect everyone the same. It really wouldn't, because, if you only made $1, you have to get it. It's different scaling wise. We could figure out how to scale it, but we could start with 1%. I don't give a fuck. What I was gonna say is that part of your schooling, you have to go to school at the same time that your parents are at work. Going to school literally just kind of teaches you how to work a 9-to-5 job. Really, that's the one thing they really want to prepare you for: enough math, enough understanding, enough shit like this to be able to give motherfuckers their change back correctly. And then if you want to go past that and go beyond that, you can. But that's not really what it feels like school is like incentivizing you for. It's incentivizing you to not talk back to authority, to learn the rules, the arbitrary, stupid fucking rules that they make at schools all the time to make you fit in so that you can get a proper job. That feels like a lot of schools' main objective is like, we need to get you into the workforce.
Yep. That's all it is. It's
getting you into the workforce now doesn't mean you're going to survive. You're going to have to work at McDonald's and 10 other different fucking spots just to be able to afford your rent, because the rents went too fucking high. So like,
school always felt like a conveyor belt to me.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Like,
I was never interested in like grade school or anything like that. I was actually more interested and actually did better in school when I was in college, because I was able to pick more courses.
Yeah.
And like, I actually got better grades that way. But like, school was just dumb.
We're going to move off of this in a second, but I do want to ask you guys one question. Was there anything in school, like high school, that you were like super interested in?
Algebra 2.
Yeah,
actually. Oh my God.
I actually like math. Like I like because math is something like, there's a problem, you figure it out, and you got a solution.
What do you like about Algebra 2, Spidey?
I have no idea. I think it was really my teacher. Mr. Burkholz was the shit. I need to check up and see if that dude's actually still alive. He had cancer, but he was like one of the most amazing.
Damn.
He said, "My job is to make you a better person, and we're going to learn some math along the way every day."
That's fucking
That's awesome.
Yeah, he
that's
was cool.
that's
But
dope.
really, I think science was actually my favorite class.
Yeah. That's some of the most noble shit. Like, if I ever had a different job, I'd want to be a teacher, even though I feel like I'm doo-doo brains. But I'll figure it out.
I really enjoyed science too. That was really fun. I had a really good time in what was it, like maybe 10th grade. I took a
Focus.
I took a HTML. What, me?
No, not you.
The
Pat's
tree's
about to
falling.
climb out the fucking window to go see what's going on out there.
Tree's falling. That's
Okay.
why.
I think it was 10th grade. I took a HTML coding class, and we got good enough to the point where like our final exam was like, she handed us a page full of code, and she was like, draw what the website looks like by reading the code. And
Hey, that's fucking tight.
I felt like I was in the fucking Matrix. I was like, this is the coolest. But like I was like, I see it. Like
Sick as fuck.
dude, it was awesome. Yeah.
That's good. For me, obviously, music classes. I was in. So at the end of my tenure in school, because I had like all my shit wrapped up, I had to take algebra 2 like 3 times, but finally made it. They let me listen to music while I did my test because I was like, can I go in the hall and listen to music while I take my test? And she was like, as long as you fucking do it, yeah. But so I was in marching band, but then I was also, if you were in marching band, you had to be in concert band. So I already had like 2 band classes, but then I picked up jazz band, which was fucking sweet because we got to play really good music. So like my day would literally be like music theory, jazz band, art class, and then like I had a creative writing class I needed to finish and a fucking math class. But the creative writing class I went ham, man. We get to like write poetry and shit. I'm like, I obviously what the fuck off in that. And I had like an art class. So like my last year was just all art and I loved it and it was great and fun as fuck. And then when I got to college, I went to music school for my first year, so it was mostly all that. But then I had to take like a Spanish class. I was like, oh, fuck with Spanish, it's fun.
I have a very embarrassing story about being in music class.
Oh no, which kind of music class was it? Like choir?
No, this was like actual, it was just like general music. I don't know. It was just a general. Well, okay. So one thing I really enjoyed was like drama classes. I was a drama kid, and
still are,
and I'm still a drama kid,
right.
and stagecraft. So like. That class was like we would build the sets for the plays
that's fucking sweet,
dude. It was super dope. But the embarrassing story about being in music class. So like, I had a friend, like my friend in music class. We would all sit next to each other and we just clown all the time. And I don't know why, man. We were just young, horny little boys, and we would draw like tits and crude pictures on like all the music and stuff. So like, the teacher caught me one time. And like then she called my mom and I had to be like, yeah, I was drawing boobs. And I was like,
what'd your mom say? She was like, why?
I don't even think she understood like what she was like. Okay, are you in trouble or like? I don't think she quite like. I don't know. I don't think she quite understood what I did, but it was embarrassing. Like she pulled us up in front of the class and we did, like our music sheet just has a bunch of tits and dicks on it.
I do think my actual favorite class was physics of technology.
Ooh, that's fucking tight.
Yeah, we did a lot of
cool ass class.
shit. One experiment we got to do in there. Everyone got to pick their own. Like, yeah, we were just doing the the scientific method. So like you make hypothesis and all that. So me and 3 other people, we made our experiment. I had heard that spiders get drunk off of coffee. So if you give a spider coffee, it actually like gets.
Yeah, a little loopy.
Yeah, that shit happened. So we captured a spider. We had a sponge that we were feeding it water from. We then soaked the water sponge in coffee, and then you could see this spider like stumbling around his fucking cage.
They just let y'all torture spiders and become little.
Bro, it was a fun class.
Is that why they call you Spidey?
One of their
Dude, that's pretty dope. There was one experiment we did in our science class where we had a bunch of petri dishes, like we were studying bacteria and how it grows. So like they gave us a bunch of swabs and they were like, go around the school and scrub off what you think are the dirtiest surfaces. And the results were very surprising because like some of the shit you thought was dirty was actually pretty clean, and some of the things that you thought were clean were actually fucking vile.
That'd be nice. I had a class, and we're gonna move on. But I had a class, my chemistry class, and it was really hard for me because it was I had a hard time like understanding chemistry. Also, my teacher was like, if you don't spell shit right, like I'm not gonna accept it. And I have a trouble with spelling, as everyone I'm sure fucking knows. But she was like this like strong, empowered black lady who was like damn near a civil rights leader, and she would just drop like fucking knowledge every class, and she'd be like, Mr. Johnson, I'm gonna help you get your shit together. And I'm like, oh damn, all right, okay, let me pay attention here. And like I didn't have my glasses, like I lost my glasses or broke them, and we were too broke to buy a new pair just yet, and I kept falling asleep. She was like, you're falling asleep because your eyes are straining all day and your eyelids are heavy and they're just like going down. And like, she was like, once you get your glasses fixed, this will solve that. And got my glasses fixed like the next week, and I was like, oh shit, she was right.
Damn.
Or like I don't know, she was just always dropping knowledge. She was telling us how she figured out how to work 2 jobs over the summer at the same time so she could make like $100,000 or something. She was just on one. She was like, after this, I'm gonna go teach lectures in the college. And I was like, I bet you fucking are, lady. Like, you're on top of it.
Go for it.
So, I don't know. She was inspired. The class was hard, but she was an inspiring like person. Anyway, that's cool. Good. Here's the last topic. Spidey, you're gonna have a hard time with it. Sorry, but actually, I want to ask Spidey first. Spidey. Sunday is the last episode of this season of House of the Dragon.
Oh, wow.
Spidey, you haven't watched any House of the Dragon, correct?
I think I've seen 2 episodes in like first 5 minutes of the third where the king's like he's doing the thing with
the sex. Yeah, okay. Sex. So we're going to have a brief conversation and then we're going to be wrapping up about what we think is going to happen. But I want to hear from Spidey first. Spidey, what do you expect from the last episode of House of the Dragon?
So from what last I heard, old chick was selling her feet pics on OnlyFans, and no one knew what to do about it. So there's a time skip that happens in there as well. I don't know. No one has said anything about dragons anymore. Has anything been? They're not eating shit.
I want a guess. Last episode, just guess what's going to happen. I want to hear it straight out of your mouth.
Someone is going to have sex with their uncle cousin.
Okay.
The brother will catch them and cut someone's head off.
Okay.
The dragon's gonna eat a dick and nothing else, miss the rest of the body.
All right. just like Squidward biting a Krabby Patty.
Yeah. Okay. All right, bet. I think that might be
you're probably internet. Not far off.
Yeah.
You're 80% there.
So yeah, what do you guys like? I don't want details. You don't have to give me plot details. I think this person's gonna do this, and we're gonna do that. But like, what are you expecting for this last episode?
I hope that they don't expand any more on Laris and what his motivation we saw is his motivation.
Yes.
I sincerely hope that that's literally why he did what he did.
Feet pics or it didn't happen. I'm expecting spectacle. I think it's going to be, I think for this one, I think they're like, because they kind of, I know I said that they're going to subvert the expectations for episode 9. I think for this last one, I'm hoping it's just knocked out of the park, crazy insanity. I want it just to be like a big episode of Game of Thrones. We're all gonna be like, oh my god, I didn't see any of that coming.
Before the show started and what I knew about it, I was team reminisce.
Yeah.
But like because she hadn't been doing anything, I was like, okay, maybe she's like she didn't end up doing anything I thought she might do. But now that the thing happened, I'm back on team reminisce.
Yeah,
I'm team reminisce, dude.
Everybody's giving us shit. So a lady killed a bunch of like common folk. They're called small folk, and we were all like, woo! Everybody,
I'm so happy about it.
They're giving us shit in the comments. We're excited. They're giving us shit in the comments. They're like, you guys, like, our morals no longer align when watching this show. I watched Game of Thrones with a moral compass, and look where that led me. I don't give a fuck. Every episode, anyone might switch sides. I could start one episode one way and end it the other, but I'm also team Rhaenyra. She's just been. They haven't made me hate them yet, and they have to do something.
We have to
do something wild.
We have to accept the reality we've been given. Somehow this show makes you root for incest. So yeah, morals are out the window.
How many seasons are they doing for this one?
I don't know how many seasons they said they were. I think 4.
So the story they're currently telling is 4 seasons long. After season 4, it's going to be an anthology of other historical events throughout the.
Which would be pretty cool.
That'd be tight.
So like, I'm just kind of. I don't know. Like, I have a problem with it, but if we're going to analyze it from like, okay, is it okay that she killed the small folk? No, because we would all be small folk. We have a skit about being small folk in fucking Game of Thrones, and it's a hilarious skit. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
We'll link you to it later, but like, I don't give a shit. I'm just here for it. I'm here to fuck it up. What about you, Pat? What are you hoping?
I'm hoping so last episode we got a lot of things setting up, and I'm hoping for a big battle now. We have every season of Game of Thrones, like either episode 9 or 10 was like you get that one big punch.
Yeah.
Like we haven't gotten that yet, so I'm hoping this last episode we get that one big punch. Because I don't think the dragon coming in, well, not spoilers, but like
No, you can spoil it.
the dragon at the end that we saw wasn't like, it was nice, it was dope, but it wasn't like, ooh, yeah, okay, that defines Game of Thrones season, you know?
Yeah.
It does feel weird that she didn't do anything there.
Well, I think I read one of the comments. It was like, well, because like historically, or at least in the books, like she doesn't do anything there. So like this was an extra scene that they added, but because they added it, which is one of those problems that you had, they added it for the spectacle, but also like sensically, it's like, well, why wouldn't you do something? You know what I mean? You got these people dead to rights. Like you could have smoked everybody, and we can all make up our excuses why. But like if we're starting a war and you have the first chance to end the war before it even begins, that's what the fuck you do. Like let's be for real. Also, it's Game of Thrones. They go for the throat every time.
I wasn't expecting her to end the whole thing there because otherwise the show would be finished. But like one person, like eat somebody. You know,
I mean, she could have smoked whoever she could have smoked. People could have got burnt up about it. She could have decided that she's going to go against Rhaenyra. Like, there is a lot of ways, but I mean, I think it also they could have did her a bigger service if she would have just fucked off on her dragon and flew out super quick to make it seem like she's in a rush. Yeah, but they also had to give her that hero pose. So I understand that there's going to be like a lot of pulling back and forth of like what could have happened, what could have been done. It happened. It's over. And the reaction, I think we had a really good reaction to it. In hindsight, or even still thinking about it, I think we talked about it on the couch. It was like, well, militarily, like, why didn't she fucking do something? Like, you had a chance. Pull the trigger.
I still think we need to have that still epic battle scene too. Like, you know, we kind of got that a little bit when, like, I think it was like Damien back at the
fighting the crab eater,
the crab eater,
or the crab feeder.
Yeah, but that didn't seem very satisfying because like he killed the crab feeder very quickly. You know, where you didn't even see that. I still want a big epic fight scene, and we hopefully we get that this.
I'm with you. I'm with you. There's room for more spectacle. So like, considering what they were up against, Game of Thrones left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Like it just didn't end well. So for them having to, come into a new show being like, this is going to be better, and also knowing that there's 2 time skips in season 1, actor changes, like of all these elements that I feel like would turn people off, because like changing your act, like almost like a big part of the cast, like that's a bold move within a few episodes.
Loving it.
But like considering all of these obstacles that they've had to kind of jump through, it's been really good. Like it's I think it's kept everybody's attention pretty well.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprisingly shocked how good it is and how quickly, like in the first season, like after, especially how they fucked up the last 2 seasons of Game of Thrones. So
yeah. Chris is flashing us.
Listen, no one here has ever seen my penis. Everyone's seen my butt because I used to have it taped on the wall over here. I got a special guest that I'm going to call in for. We got Rhaenyra herself.
What?
I'm calling Rhaenyra.
Rhaenys?
No. Is this my bad? Rhaenyra. Is this Rhaenyra Targaryen on the line? Is this Rhaenyra Targaryen? Hello.
Allison, is this you?
This is indeed me, you fucking skank ass bitch. I've been selling my feet.
You're a skank ass bitch. Everybody's seen your toes.
Listen, just because your dad is one of your, biggest simps out here, okay? I don't want to hear it. I can take pictures of my feet if I want to, if it means I can get people killed. What are you expecting for the last episode?
What did I expect from the last episode?
No, what are you expecting to happen in this last episode of Game of Thrones?
Oh, just want to see the lines drawn for the upcoming war. I want alliances be made and see where we are.
All right, sweet. Well, that's good. We got how about that? We got new technology.
Yeah, we got phone calls now.
Looks like people can call in.
What? Hey guys, if you guys want to
was this a test?
No, this isn't a test. We knew this was going to work. I just wanted to get people excited about the provocation or the possibility of being able to call in.
Y'all want to talk live?
This is a vile waste of my time.
Hey, we should.
Hey, real quick. I'm sorry. I just want Rhaenyra. Are you next to a closet? Will you hang this up for me? Got her.
Hey, you know how radio shows do those shows where like we'll send a bouquet of flowers to your whatever and see if shit. But you know how those are usually scripted?
Yeah.
We should do it for real.
I'm gonna do a prank call.
If you're sus about your significant other, we'll call them out.
All right, we'll get Sergio to do like a Robert Baratheon impression, and we'll just have him call places as Robert Baratheon. Anyway,
we should do prank calls. Let's bring it back.
We're crank yankers, yeah. All right, so guys, next time I think we might have a little bit of call-ins. It'll be easy.
Sweet.
There won't be a number you can call because I don't want y'all to have my number because y'all will send me weird shit. I know you will. We'll do it through Discord, but that's for the next time. For this time, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks for hanging out at the top.
Hey, let's not forget the Twitch this Sunday. This Sunday we live
If you guys want to,
the finale. Everyone's able to join.
If you guys want to watch it with us, everyone's gonna be open. It's gonna be open, not subs only. So come to our Twitch. 9 p.m. EST. We're going to be streaming live while we're watching Game of Thrones. You won't be able to see the Game of Thrones, but you'll be able to see us watching it. Bring your own copy. Yes, Twitch. You'll have to figure it out. We're not going to... We don't believe in just fucking doing the TV thing, right?
We've got it mostly set up for you guys. You'll figure it out. Twitch.tv.
Wait, I was about to say, if you're on Twitch, it normally lets you go straight into Amazon from there.
Yeah, but it's not on Amazon.
Yeah, but we're not doing that.
Also, that feature was so
dog
bad.
Shit. It's bad.
It was so... That motherfucker's got enough money to pay to build a dick rocket to space, and he can't get the fucking watch party to work.
Oh, damn.
Hey, twitch.tv/the Normies TV. Go there, subscribe now, hit the bell so you can get the notification. Your ADHD is going to act up. You're going to forget. Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
Stick around for the raid, and we've had a good time. Play us out.
Raid.
Bro, that tree's falling. Those trees are falling.
Talking Normies Podcast.